Have you ever walked into a classroom, college, office, or even a new group and noticed something strange? Everyone already seems to have someone. Two people are laughing together. A group is planning something. Someone is sharing a private joke. And suddenly, you feel like you arrived 5 minutes too late to a party that started years ago. So, you do the safest thing. You stay quiet. You tell yourself, they already have their friends. I don't want to disturb them. But here's the part nobody tells you. Most groups are not as closed as they look. And the reason you can't enter them is often not because they don't want you there. It's because you're waiting for an invitation that may never come. Think about the last time you saw a group of 3 people talking. Your brain probably made a quick decision. They're friends. But that is an observation. Then your brain quietly added another sentence. They don't want me there. That's a guess. And psychology has a name for this kind of mistake. We often treat our guesses about other people's thoughts as if they are facts. You don't actually know that they don't want you there. They might simply be talking about something random. They might be completely comfortable meeting someone new. They might even be wondering why you never talk to them. And this leads to the first important shift. Stop trying to find a group that will accept you. Start creating small moments of familiarity. Because friendship usually doesn't begin with a dramatic conversation. It begins with recognition. The person who sees you today, then sees you tomorrow, then hears your name, then has one tiny conversation with you, suddenly feels less like a stranger. This is one reason repeated contact matters so much in human relationships. Familiarity can make people feel more comfortable with each other, even when their first interaction was completely ordinary. So, if you're trying to make friends at college, don't make your goal, I need a friend. That's too big. Make the goal, I'll talk to one person for 30 seconds. Ask someone, did the teacher give any assignment? Or, are you going to the library after this? Or even, have you understood this part? Nothing impressive. That's the point. You're not auditioning for friendship. You're giving the relationship somewhere to begin. But there's another mistake people make. They try to enter the biggest, most popular group in the room, and that can feel impossible. Instead, look for the person who is slightly outside the center. Someone sitting alone before class. Someone who usually talks to 1 or 2 people. Someone who smiles when people speak, but doesn't say much. Someone who is also waiting for someone else. Why? Because friendship is easier when both people have room for it. You don't need to break into a circle. You need to find an opening. And here's something even more interesting. When you meet someone new, don't focus on making them like you. Focus on learning one small thing about them. What subject do you like? Which teacher do you find easiest? Are you from around here? What do you usually do after college? Then, actually listen. Because people don't always remember the perfect sentence you said. They remember how easy it felt to talk to you. And listening creates something very powerful. It gives the other person space to be themselves. But don't turn this into an interview. A conversation becomes warmer when you share a little too. They say, I hate presentations. You could say, same. I know what I want to say until everyone looks at me. Now you're not asking questions. You're connecting experiences. That's the difference. Question after question can feel like an interview. Question, answer, small personal detail, laugh, another question. That's a conversation. And now comes a part most people completely miss. The second interaction is often more important than the first. Imagine you spoke to someone on Monday for only 1 minute. On Wednesday, you see them again, You say, "Hey, how did that presentation go?" That's it. But something has changed. You remembered. You paid attention. The relationship now has a history, even if that history is tiny. This is why you shouldn't judge a new friendship too quickly. You may think, "We talked once and it wasn't amazing." Who cares? Real friendship is often built through many ordinary interactions, not one magical conversation. And here's a useful rule. Don't chase intensity. Build consistency. You don't need to become best friends in a week. Just become a familiar person. Say hi, sit nearby, share a small joke. Ask about something you already talked about. Send a useful note if they missed class. Invite them to grab a snack after college. Small actions create more chances for connection. But there's one trap. You may start thinking, what if they say no? They might. And that doesn't automatically mean they dislike you. Maybe they're busy. Maybe they already have plans. Maybe they're tired. Maybe they simply don't feel like going out that day. One no is information about one moment. It is not a final judgment about your worth. This matters because rejection can make us want to disappear. But disappearing guarantees that nothing changes. So instead of asking, "Do they like me?" ask a better question. Did I give this connection enough chances to grow? That question puts your attention back on something you can control. And if one person never responds warmly, move on. Don't keep forcing it. Friendship is not about convincing someone to choose you. It's about finding people who naturally meet you halfway. And maybe you're thinking, but what if everyone really does have their group? Then remember this. Groups change. People change seats. Classes change. Projects change. People argue. People graduate. People get busy. New students arrive. Friendships that look permanent from the outside can change completely in a few months. So don't look at today's social map and assume it's your permanent future. It isn't. Your job isn't to magically find your people. Your job is to keep creating small opportunities for people to become your people. Tomorrow, try something incredibly simple. Choose one person you recognize but barely know. Say hello. Ask one normal question. And when you see them again, remember something they told you. That's all. Don't force a friendship. Don't perform. Don't try to become the funniest or coolest person in the room. Just become a little less unfamiliar. Because sometimes, the person you eventually call a close friend starts as nothing more than someone you finally decided to say hello to. Take one small step today. Your future isn't built in one big moment. It's built in the quiet choices you make every day. Until next time, keep shining.